Didn't do enough to win today. Thought some guys really fought, had some performances that were encouraging. Evan looked somewhat like the old Evan before he got hurt, which is very encouraging. Cole is obviously taking some strides, which is also very encouraging, but we can't dig ourselves holes like that and expect to win. We did show some fight. We cut it to 3. But we just didn't make enough plays defensively to win that game. We put too much pressure on our offense. We scored 78 points. That's got to be enough. So we will stay together. We will keep fighting. We will keep trying to improve. And we will try to turn this thing around. It's very hard to stay positive, but we will do that, and we will stay together.
Questions?
You talked before about looking in the mirror on defense and toughening up yet. Once again, you gave up 80 points for like the 10th time this season. What's not working on the defensive end?
Too many mental lapses. Too many mental lapses by too many different people. And we've tried to raise the accountability level by pulling guys when they make defensive mistakes, which we did do today. But the problem is we make too many of them, and that's a problem. But, I think a lot of it has to do with mental toughness. And, I don't think we're incapable of it, of doing it, but that might be something that we have to start considering as well, is are we putting guys in positions where they can't be successful? So we're going to have to figure that out. But, we had no answer for Brent Jones off the dribble, and we had no answer for Jalen Cannon. Those two guys were 16 for 25. No one else on the team really hurt us to any extent. But when two guys score 49 points and one guy has 8 assists also in Act 2, that's very tough to overcome.
Did you expect that from Jones? Coming into the game, he was averaging 6 points a game. No. He's obviously a high assist guy. I think he's averaging almost 10 assists a game in league play. I think 9 point something. So we know he's a good player. But, he showed, he had a couple threes. I think he's only hit 10 threes on the year. So he had 20% of his total threes were today. Obviously he's at 12 now, but so he made a couple threes, something he hasn't done much of the year, and we just could not keep him out of the lane. He was very poised, very under control. He didn't miss many shots, and he only had 1 turnover. So, no, he is certainly a guy that raised his level of play and played better than he has all year. And we need someone to do that for us. And Cole did that today, but we need more guys to do that. Cole, the last 3 games, you've really started to do some things at both ends of the court, scoring and rebounding. What's kind of been the difference?
Working hard every day in practice. Mustafa has stepped up his game a lot, so it's good to have him to go against every day. He's been really good rebounding, so working with him and just getting confidence up offensively and being more patient. I think when I came in starting the season, I was rushing things a lot, and I think being more patient offensively and just calming down,
Obviously, dictating the tempo at the beginning of the game is crucial. Did you guys feel like the fast-paced tempo would be in your favor, because it seemed as if St. Francis was trying to focus on speeding up the game and getting a lot of easy buckets, whether it was on turnovers or really good ball movement, sometimes out-of-bounds plays that they were successful on. Did you guys feel comfortable with that, and do you guys think that you guys are meant to be a fast-paced team or can play both styles?
Well, we like to play fast. The problem was that their defense really dictated the first 8 minutes of the game. They really got up in us. They denied passing lanes, so we turned the ball over a bunch early in that game, which led to easy transition layups for them. So I think we did a very poor job of handling their pressure. We couldn't make any passes. They're denying, and their ball pressure was really dictating the game.
We settled down a little bit, but that was the biggest factor I thought early was their defensive pressure just had us completely out of sync offensively. I mean, it was 22-9, I think, with about 12 minutes to go. So we had 9 points in the first 9 minutes or so, 8 minutes. And so they were on a 100-point pace, and we were on a 40-point pace. We settled down, we did some things, and we cut it to 6 at the half. But yeah, that was a big. I think more than tempo, what the biggest issue was their defense completely dictated the game, and they felt completely comfortable when they were on offense. So you got one team that's struggling to make passes, let alone baskets, and they're getting layups, and that's a bad combination, and that's why we dug ourselves that big hole, which we did fight out of it. But the other thing we got to do is we got to make some shots. Our 3-point percentage in the last 3 or 4 games is absolutely atrocious. We have to make some threes, or we have to stop taking them. We were 3 for 14 today, and that's completely deceptive because 2 of them were in the last minute of the game. So we were really 1 for 12 from 3 when the game was still to be determined, and that's not good. That's not going to get done.
I know it's easy to say in hindsight, but with how successful you guys were with the press and taking them out of their comfort zone, do you wish you went to it a little bit earlier to maybe have them think a little harder and make some errant passes?
The press did create some steals, and it did get us back into the game. Do I wish we went to it earlier? No, because I think they figured it out anyway. Even when we cut it to 3, they got a layup. We fouled. If you look at it, I think we cut it to. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have the running score, but it was. I have it right here. With 2:32, they had 68 points, 68-65. They finished with 83, so they scored 15 points in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Do the math on that one. You score 15 points every 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, if you score 15 points every 2 minutes, you multiply that by 10, it's 150 points and a half, right? Am I doing the math right? Yeah. So it's a 100-point half. So even though the press seemed like, now granted we fouled a little bit too, so it's a little misleading, but I think the pressure, I don't feel it would have gave us our best chance to win, even though it did work for a spurt there,
On the silver linings side of things, 5 guys in double figures, 16 offensive rebounds. There are positives you can hopefully take out of this because this is your crucial point. You got 4 more home games here
No question.
in the next couple weeks.
No question.
This is where you got to
try to win some games.
Win some games here.
Yeah, no question. The goal is to get in the playoffs. That's not completely out of the realm of possibility. It's not a ridiculous thing. We got plenty of games. We got to try to get into the playoffs. So absolutely, we're going to build on this. Hey, it's business as usual. Tomorrow, we're watching our film. All right, we're going to watch it ad nauseum. We're going to learn from it. We're going to get a good lift in. All right, and then we're going to practice hard on Friday and Saturday and get ready for a game on Sunday. So, we are playing just about good enough to get beat. See, the problem is, you lose 10 games by 5 points. It's a 50-point margin. You're better off losing, one game by 20, another game by 20, another game by 10, and winning the other ones by 1. So we're not that far, but that's what losing teams do say, But we just have to do a little bit more. We scored 45 points in the second half. That's 90 for the game. We just got to keep We got to keep working. We got to keep fighting. I think. You guys saw the game. I think our guys are fighting. I really am proud and respect the way that our guys keep competing, despite taking a lot of blows. A lot of teams, in my opinion, would have packed it in, and I don't think you see that with us. I think you see a lot of fight. So you will continue to see that, and we need to figure out a way to get some results. We're not there yet, but we need to figure it out. And the only way I know how to do that is to keep continuing to focus, continue to work hard, and try to keep improving. You know, if you think you can't improve anymore, well, then you're right. You know, you have to believe we can keep improving, and we certainly have to.
Any other questions?
All set.
All right, thank you all.
All right, guys.
Okay.